Crime. From cold cases to serial killers, missing persons, and more.
100% he did this.
I'd go off in the fantasy world.
How much more lucky can you get that you're not on death row?
You want to know what we know.
My name is Jay. This is Guilty of Crime.
What is up, everybody? Hopefully everybody can hear me loud and clear like normal. What's up, party people? I saw Melly in here. What's up, Melly? I see Melly everywhere. I'm going to say hi to Melly because, well, it's Melly, right? Always happy to see wonderful Kristen Davis, Jax Stormo, Michelle Lalonde. I'm going to say Lalonde. As you can see, I've been at the RV park, and well, I'm a lot more brown today than I normally am, and I've got the swimsuit attire just coming from the pool. Not really swimsuit, but you know, it's hot outside. So anyway, VKD, what's up? Cheech Brown. I'm saying hi to everybody. Hopefully we have more people rolling in. There are a lot of people that are following the Sebastian Rogers case, and I hope that today you guys can hit that like button, first of all, when you come in, because that's how we get in the algorithm. What's up, Marilyn McRae? Oh, a lot of people coming in, rolling in. I want to tell you guys what's happening with Sebastian Rogers, what's going on. If you don't know, a lot of people don't quite understand what's going on. Sadie's Mama, one of my favorites. Petty Mason Deb, why don't you have your wrench yet? Carly. Hey, Mom, love you. My mom's in the house today. All right. So yeah, Petty Deb should have her wrench by now, and I'm not sure why she doesn't. Sweet and Salty, aka Rachel, and Adam, my man, Pat Day. Carly says, I did it. Well, Petty Mason doesn't have her wrench yet, and Petty is the newest moderator. She should have that. Don't know why, but we'll get it fixed after. She is a mod. So thank you. You can still drop the links and everything. I want to say hello to everybody. I'm back. A lot of things went on, but a lot of things went on in the Sebastian Rogers case. Thank you, Jackie B. And I think we don't know about a lot because, well, there's a lot of drama going on, and I don't particularly do drama, but that is the update on the cases. And I also wanted you to figure out how to find Sebastian, or well, we want to find Sebastian. He's missing 132 days. That's the important part here. I want you guys to find the Seth Rogers case very easily. I'll direct you thereafter so you can follow his updates himself. Maybe something will come out of it. Maybe it won't. There's a lot of drama going on with his PR and all that. I'll fill you in real quick. It's according to Bree. She's not here right now, but maybe she'll make it. I'll tell you what's going on. The case is crazy, and people inserting themselves is just wild. Fake people. That is from what I've seen, in my opinion only, and your opinion is valid, and you're 110% correct, Dispatch. Crystal, we have 111 in chat, 111, angel number. Let's say a prayer for Sebastian for his return. Let's say a prayer for my dog, Trace. Trace is going to drive me to get like I've been doing, get justice for every case I've been working on. Jocelyn Nungrai, Sebastian Rogers, Madeline Soto, and every other person that I've been trying to really give them voices and find justice. And Lauren Demulo, we haven't found her, but we're on a mission to keep that open. So yeah, rest in peace. We have 63 people. Rest in peace. Absolutely. We have 119 people now. Hit that like button. If you guys want to see me get in the algorithm so you can see my, actually see me and get notifications, and you want to see me hit 50,000 like I think this channel deserves, folks, that's all I need you to do. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to pull up the timeline real quick because we're here for Sebastian Rogers. I'm going to put this in the banner. Sebastian Rogers missing 132 days, folks, and counting. Okay. So a lot of people, and you, or someone, Crystal said that earlier. Hold on. Sebastian. Let me type this in real quick. 2 days missing. Okay. I want you to know that everybody that's inserting themselves into the case is inserting themselves into the case for money, for women, for notoriety, and for likes and subscribes. That's not why I'm here today. I want you to like and subscribe and all that stuff and share, but I want to get you guys the real story. Please don't get sucked into the webs of drama. I have so many of them. Like, I'm not in that. It's very disgusting and very unprofessional. And that's why I'm going to show people where to go to look at Seth Rogers' case, to look at Seth Rogers' page themselves and understand what happened this weekend. Right. But first, I'm going to give you an update on Sebastian, tell you how many days he's been missing. Crime to remember, you're 110% right. And that's not why I'm here. Thank you, Auntie Rhea. I'm glad that you found me alive. And I'm glad you said that crime to remember, because that's absolutely the opposite of why I'm here. I'm here to clear it up so people can go to his page directly. Hopefully, something comes in that is relevant and tangible. You guys can go and also see like the pictures. I'm not going to show you the whole interview today, but I wanted you to see baby pictures of Sebastian. I want you to be able to follow his I want you to be able to follow from his dad. I know he's been doing shady stuff, but I'm not going to condemn him. I'm just telling you what's going on, and they're all using him for something. Hello, are you serious? Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So that's what I'm here for today. Let's talk. Yeah, Facts No Drama channel. 100% Krista Davis. That's, oh my God. While I was gone, I went on some live streams and they were making fun of Seth. And I know he's doing things, but you know what? That's not why we're here. I'm here to keep Sebastian and tell you guys all those channels that are making fun of people and trying to bring them down, not even cool. Hi, Jay. It's 100 degrees. Even the brown people are melting here. Yeah, I'm one of the brown people. All right. So let's get into this. I'm going to read this to you. Sebastian Rogers, search a timeline of Tennessee's disappearance. All right. Let's remember Sebastian Rogers as we do this. That's why we're here. He's 132 days missing. Tennessee teen was last seen by his mother in February 2024. So I want you to know, in my opinion, that Katie Proudfoot holds the key to finding Sebastian. They're not in the spotlight right now. I hear that they might be selling the house, putting it up for sale soon. I know that they put cameras up supposedly to see if he's coming home since she's not there. In my opinion, she put cameras up to see if there's people coming to the house. Are there cops storming the house? Who's coming? Who's doing what? Because a lot of people are coming and filming. So Sebastian Rogers, last seen by his mother, Katie Proudfoot, February 24th. Disappearance prompted a massive search, but tips have yielded no results. So that dispels, folks, the people that are asking before that. People are asking, did they find Sebastian? Was that kid Sebastian? What happened? It wasn't her. They're still looking into it, but that's not who it is. I don't have all the details because I'm not behind the scenes with them, but beautiful Melly. Jay, what's up? Love seeing you everywhere. You're everywhere. Melly, you're the girl. All right. You should have your own channel because everybody would know who Melly is. Melly Mel. We could call you Melly, like Nelly. I heard someone say. We also love Nelly. All right. So I think Katie holds the key. Disappearance prompted a massive search, but no tips have yielded. Authorities say there's currently no evidence of criminal activity. Nobody's being looked into that we know of outright. Okay. All right. So that was May 21st. There's some updates since then, but the updates are false. Okay. So I'm giving you, and now Petty Mason, thank you. Petty has her wrench. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right back at you. I love Melly. She's dope. All right. Where was she with the father? We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about Uncle Taco, a little bit of clip of that, some nonsense, but the nonsense. And thank you for becoming a new member. You're awesome. Oh, I'm so glad we have you in our community now. That's great. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We're going to get into all that stuff that you guys want to talk about. Sebastian Rogers' disappearance has prompted a massive search, but multiple potential sightings of the teen have not led investigators to find the boy. Here's what happened in the case so far. Let's go through a timeline. Sebastian Rogers, last seen alive February 25th, 2024. Sebastian Rogers is last seen by his mother, Katie Proudfoot, and stepfather, Chris Proudfoot, before going to bed. That's not true. Chris Proudfoot wasn't there. This is coming from News Nation. So, all right. Katie Proudfoot describes her son as very smart and not a teen prone to mischief. Now, I want you to know, Katie Proudfoot said she heard a thud from her son's room by around 10 p.m. that night and told him to go to sleep. That was it. End of story. I want you to understand that when things get murky or you get this big timeline before then, you got Katie Proudfoot giving you all these details about the Texas Roadhouse and going back and going to the store and doing this. And she tells you about a month ago and they got into an argument and Chris did this and that. And then all of a sudden things stop, folks. Things stop. All right. I don't know what that means. I wish I did. What is this, a tribal case? I wish I was on an island. Supernova X. Okay. So when things get murky, okay, and you have all kinds of details, and then all of a sudden it stops at 10 o'clock, and then nothing happens until X:30 in the morning, just like Jennifer Soto. 11 o'clock, well, end of story. 8:15, I saw her, even though I didn't. That's it. End of story. Da, 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 da. I want you to know something's wrong. Something's not right. I got a quick clip of Katie on one of her interviews that's very questionable. Just her by herself. Proud for anything tribal. Remember, there are lunatics driving to Tennessee to stalk them. And that's right. That shit is not normal. I want you to show you a clip also of Trinity Bostic. Let's remember Trinity Bostic. She was one of the bodies that was found recently. They also captured her killer. Trinity Bostic was found in Tennessee. People were speculating that it was Sebastian Rogers. So what's up, Rosie? All my peeps are here. All my crime crew. I got some new folks. Thank you. All right, let's keep going. Okay. So Katie sees him. It's bedtime, 10 p.m. the night, told him to go to sleep. End of story. Done. Nothing. Then she takes off with hubby into a RV. They do a few interviews and everybody finds him suspicious. And Bree, I'll bring you on in a little bit. All right. Hang tight. I'll bring you to talk. Let me just get through the timeline. Okay. So endangered child alert for Sebastian Rogers, February 26, 2024. Katie Proudfoot, she went to wake her son up only to find he wasn't in bed. After searching the house, she calls authorities. All right. We have a bunch of information in between that. Her talking to Chris on the phone, him driving. Let's talk about that. Police in Sumner County, Tennessee, contacted Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, which issued an endangered child alert that morning. According to the alert, Rogers has been seen earlier that day in Hendersonville, Tennessee, wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and glasses. More than 200 searchers are sent out to search for the missing teen, including K9 units, mounted officers, drones, and helicopters. Amber Alert issued next day, February 27th. Authorities changed the alert to an Amber Alert, which indicates investigators believe an abduction could have been involved and the child is in immediate danger. Search efforts continued with police using the teen's favorite eye of the tiger to try to lure him out. They also asked people in the area to check security and doorbell cameras to see if there's any footage of him. All right, I'm going to put a picture of him up while I'm talking so you guys can see. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad more people are coming in. Brenda Pavey, what's up? I'm glad you made it. All right. I'm glad that you guys can listen to me talk and be okay with me not just playing clips because I have content to talk about. All right. So that being said, let's keep going. I'm going to put a picture of him up and then I'll still read what's been happening. But I do want you to see this missing flyer just in case. You never know. You never know. We could have a Trinity Bostic situation. We can't rule that out, folks. What's up, CBC? I see you in there. All right. We could have a Trinity Bostic situation. Okay. There's no reason to rule that out at all. It could have been somebody like Trinity Bostic that was his age that said, let's let's go do something, man, and tricked him. And you know how gullible teenagers can be. I don't know if he was gullible. They say he's special needs, but I haven't really seen him very often interacting with people on video, so I'm not sure. What's up, Allison Dunnigan, Cindy K? Thank you, CBC. You're always so sweet. $4.99 super sticker. Thank you. All right, let's continue. Local pond. And I'm just telling you what happened so far. We're at 132 days in. We don't know what the situation is. Katie and Chris kind of disappeared, and Seth is in the spotlight now. Everybody's using poor Sebastian for money, for fame, for girls, for all the stuff. That's not the reason to do. Okay, so February 29th, local pond is drained in the search. Please drain the pond near Rogers' home to find nothing. Authorities said while they were multiple tips received from people looking through security footage, and they could not confirm any sightings. Police also said the search dogs had not been able to pick up a scent trail for Rogers, which is really weird that he didn't leave the house. Which I gotta tell you, folks, when somebody doesn't leave the house, I think of the Chris Watch situation where they never left the house. Okay. So when someone doesn't leave the house, I don't understand. And I stopped keeping up with it too. Unfortunately, there are channels out there that have become a circus. Crime to remember, a circus is exactly what I would call it too. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I never stop listening to true crime, even when I'm on vacation or whatever. I could be at Disneyland and I got my ear in and I check up on what's going on. Yes, I pay attention to the fam, but I got to see what's going on. All right. So I woke up to watching a circus one day, and I don't even want to name the channel because I have respect for the channel, but at the same time, I don't have respect for making fun of people unless we're talking about Ted Bundy or somebody that's been convicted, some clown face. And we talk about Mr. Potato Head as well. So almost done with this, and then Bree, you can let me know. Just fill in people on what happened once I pulled that up. All right. So a reward has been offered. 3,500 is not that much, but March 2nd, area business owner pulled money to issue a reward by the following day, 3,500. Still not sure why the parents didn't do it, but search for Sebastian Rogers scaled back. March 4th, 2024, authorities announced the ground search was being reduced. All right, we're in March now. Now we're in July. So March 4th, that happened. They reduced everything. Rogers' parents also spoke to the media for the first time on March 4th, and criticism for they got critiqued for not appearing earlier. I can't imagine why. All right. March 7th, Kentucky landfill search. Please search the landfill, folks, that they emptied upon. Search the landfill, searched through a ton of trash, didn't find anything, no specific evidence. We knew that they were called, noting that where the trash was from the neighborhood, etc. Search continues March 10th, Sebastian's biological father. And I got to tell you, at this time, I was behind Seth. And it's not that I'm not behind him. I completely thought, oh, poor Seth. I didn't think he was going to continue doing what he's doing now. I'm not making fun of him. I just don't know where his head is with all this PR stuff and all this drama that I'm hearing going on. I just don't know where his head is. So, all right. Carla says no one could say they aren't watching the parents. They could be. You're right. But they don't call it a criminal investigation. So, that being said, March 10th, they didn't find anything. Seth expressed his fears that something nefarious happened and son wasn't type to wander. He also said Sebastian did not like going barefoot after an incident as a child, though he reportedly had no shoes. March 14th, WTVTV obtained footage from the Proudfoot's home, which was 3 a.m. and that's when Sebastian may have disappeared with lights, possibly flashlights. You guys know all that. The 15th March, TBI released a statement saying there was no evidence of criminal activity. The agency was also warned people against sharing video surveillance online, meaning it could be misinterpreted. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We have over 200 people in here. Hit the like button. He wasn't the type to wander on several occasions, was found hiding under vehicles. Okay. Thank you, Bree. Okay. Now, we're almost done with this timeline. I just kind of wanted you to know what happened. We're into March. We're still looking. United Cajun Navy joins the search. At April, police continue to seek for leads in the Roger disappearance. They update investigators, confirmed a pair of glasses. That wasn't anything. Okay, April 17th, Seth Rogers hires a private investigator. This one, it gets crazy and all this stuff starts happening. May 7th, investigators confirm a teen. Listen here, folks, people that ask me, investigators confirm a teen photographed in North Carolina on May 7th is not Sebastian Rogers. Seth had previously stated he believed the photos showed were his son. Okay, so now Sebastian Rogers described as being 5 foot 5 inches with sandy blonde hair. He was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt. That's it. May 21st, Seth called for nation's top law enforcement, and that's pretty much it. That's that. We start all the drama, a bunch of hocus pocus, all that. So we're gonna just quickly get into things about when we get to that video about kind of what's going on and what circus you may have seen. I want you to see this though. Adam, handle that business, Jay. You got it, Adam. Yeah, let's handle it. All right, I want to show you something real quick. Just a quick clip, which I love listening to. This is body language.
I am sick and tired of your behavior. So you know what?
Tell me about Sebastian.
Nope.
I am sick and tired of your behavior. So you know what? I'm gonna take away your. Not my phone. Not my phone. What's your favorite thing in this room?
Okay, here we go.
Tell me about Sebastian. How would you describe him?
Sweet, stubborn.
This
he
is
loves
just
to
a
help.
minute.
He loves running.
Parents who know the disposition of
Thank
a
you.
deceased child are more likely to accidentally default to past tense when referring to them. When they're both discussing his likes and dislikes, they're comfortable. All the facial expressions, the gestures, the movements match the syntax and the timing. They speak about all the things in present tense with genuine joy. And parents who are involved with a disappearance, even if they can look back fondly on a child's behaviors, are still having to manage perceptions and maintain deception, which keeps them from being this fluid and unconstrained in their descriptions. So this fear of being discovered mutes and muffles these expressions that you're seeing right here in this video that look very genuine to me.
Tell me about Sebastian. How would you describe him?
All right.
Sweet, stubborn. He loves to help. He loves running.
Parents who know the disposition of a deceased.
All right, we're going to stop sharing that and then play it online with Sebastian. I have another thing. The latest. Oh, I'm very big right here. Hello. All right. Okay. Let's get back to this. I'm just teasing you guys. Didn't mean to do that, but I love that Jackie B says that. I love that you guys caught that. Now we're catching up. There's a 10-day ago, which I always value these quick clips that we have. I'm going to play this, and then we're going to get into. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this one first, real quick. I want you to see. Hold on. I want you to see this because there isn't just this Trinity Bostic that may be a bit of a bigger case, but there was another case of, I believe, a 7-year-old that went missing. Let's look at this real quick. They thought it was Sebastian, and it's not.
We're following breaking news this morning. Hendersonville police have arrested a person in connection to the missing girl who was found dead earlier this week.
Yeah, so police are saying the suspect is a 17-year-old. So earlier this week, a subcontractor with TDOT found the remains of 17-year-old Trinity Bostic in a small wood line in Hendersonville while picking up trash. They discovered the remains in that small wood line near Vietnam Veterans Boulevard by New Shackle Island Road. Bostic was originally reported as a runaway teen. Police say the 17-year-old, whose identity has not yet been released, is being held in the Sumner County Jail on first-degree murder charges. Of course, as we learn more, we'll pass that information along to you on air and online.
All right, that was quick. I did that really quick because I didn't want to interrupt for Sebastian, but I want you to know there's a ton of kids out there that are probably missing, maybe closer in the area. That's something that's really close. Let me find my YouTube again, and I'll pull that back up. Now I'm going to pull up this video, and I, again, don't want to, I'm not trying to bring drama at all. I'm just going to let Bree give a brief description of who these people are. Actually, before I do that, I have one more clip, and it kind of gives you an idea of the things that have been going on. This is 10 days ago. I haven't heard anything else since then. Thank you, Carla Langston. I'm going to say thank you also because you're a member. I don't know how you're a member if you bought one, but hey, always think about upgrading as well. We're going to have some cool things as soon as I get 20 people. Bree, Brian and Jill, what's up? Too many kids, you're right. Hey, Jay, how are you? Crystal Zugi, I'm doing okay. My air conditioning's working again, and I'm back in business. One thing happens after another in my life, but I have, well, if my mom's listening, she knows that I pray to the higher power, and my mom keeps me on point. The other day when I was cussing too much, my mom, she told me not to cuss that much. And I understand why. She doesn't want to hear me cussing, and it's just not respectful. All right. Jenny, when you have time, Jay, when you have time, go through the YouTube phone vids interviews with Chris. Take note how many times he gets prideful. Oh, we're going to go through that next. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got some things to go on. Every morning I awake, I wonder, will today, and you know what else I wonder every day? Will Jen Soto be arrested? That's another thing I wonder. Yeah, these kids are all from Tennessee, and I wanted you to see that because when they find a body, it's kind of like that Caleb Harris thing where everybody's like, oh, it has to be Caleb Harris. They're doing whole episodes about Caleb Harris. They're putting all this information, and we don't know if it's Caleb Harris. Okay? So, yeah, we just don't know. All right. Yes, I do have an awesome mom. She was in chat earlier. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate you. Love you, Mom, if you're still listening. I know you can't always be in chat, but I love you. Yeah, arrest potato. Okay, let's watch this real quick, give you an idea, and then we're gonna get on to the Chris Proudfoot thing. He has his not Chris. We're gonna get on to the Seth Rogers channel. He will not do interviews anymore unless you pay him. So he's streaming for himself, which I suspect money is behind that. And Bree's going to break it down for you, who's who and what. And then we'll get into like seeing the baby pictures and so forth. Again, I'm clearing up what the drama is and why we're not looking for Sebastian. Instead, we're focusing on this other crap. Uncle Taka played games. Okay, listen to this.
Rogers is missing for more than 4 months at this point. I feel like this case is sadly heading in the same direction as the Summerwells case. Praying that we are still not waiting for answers for Sebastian 3 years later. Just so frustrating. There have been no real updates from law enforcement. They just continue to say that everything is still on the table and no one has been ruled out. Parents have been cooperative. I don't believe for a second that Sebastian walked out the door because he wanted to. Especially without any
Not
shoes,
yet.
phone or switch. I just don't see it happening. Furthermore, no dog center cameras showed him leaving the house. Just doesn't make sense. I feel like Sebastian was put into a car and then removed from the house. That's
all right. So this is a good theory. And Techbird, I am not putting down Seth Rogers no matter what anybody says. His live wasn't monetized, but he was getting a bunch of cash apps, Venmos, whatever. I have no beef with that. I'm sitting there putting up the smash that like button, PayPal me, Cash App me, Venmo. I have no problem with that. I just want you to be a legit person if you're going to do that and not be trying to hit on girls and do all this stuff that's happening. Tony showing his pecker to young girls. That is not okay. So thank you, Michelle Lalonde. I hope I'm saying your name right. If it's Lalonde, let me know. Just spell it out for me. All right, let's listen. We think Sebastian may have been taken away or he was in a car. Maybe he was in Katie's car. Let's listen.
my gut feeling. Regarding his online activity, the Proudfoots are adamant that they never allowed Sebastian to use the internet. Seth, on the other hand, allowed him to game with people they knew online. A few weeks ago, an interesting call came into T-Rev's channel. It was a man named Uncle Taco, and he claims to have played online games with Sebastian. He says he is a longtime friend of Seth's, and
all right, guys, that's another story. That's a whole thing on T-Rev. So you guys could talk about that in chat if you want. I don't even know if this is real, but the real story is in the update and how we think he left. This is only a few more minutes, but and black-haired chick, I am Puerto Rican. Let's go.
Used to game with Sebastian when Sebastian was at his dad's house. They used to play Call of Duty Mobile. This man is in his 50s and had grandchildren. They all play online together. He says he is very concerned for Sebastian. He says they used the voice chat option on the game, and Sebastian even visited him at his house. His daughter used to babysit Sebastian when he was 2 years old. Some very interesting details.
I'm not from Tennessee, man. I'm an old friend of Seth and Katie's from years back.
Oh, wow.
Years back.
Wow.
And
I didn't know that.
I've been following this since I caught wind of it. And it's been I've been having to jab from the side because I live in Oklahoma. My name is officially Uncle Taco. I'm the guy that used to play with Sebastian online.
Oh, wow. You used to play with Sebastian online. That's interesting.
Yeah. On Call of Duty when he was with his father. You know, he didn't play on his own when he was with his father.
Oh, I literally thought you were trolling for a second. That's why I was like, huh? Who? What?
Not a troll, man. Not a troll.
No,
This is actually a genuine person really concerned about Sebastian Rogers and all the cat fight needs to stop.
So when you last played Call of Duty with him, what do you have? Like, was there any memory there? Like, do you remember the game?
No, I don't remember. I don't really remember the game. I remember my son was in the living room, and I had my other grandson online with me, and we were playing. You only fit 4 people on the team, so it's kind of neat. Sebastian was off the side, and then I remember
Thank you.
It wasn't never hard for us. I can't remember what the ratings was. I can go back to the day, but it was always a fun game. No matter what, I never really lost any games, so it really never mattered. I'm not trying to brag on myself, but
well, how often did you play? How often did you play Call of Duty together? You said.
Me and Seth play often together. Not me.
All right, folks. So now that you know about T-Rev, and if you don't, I'm not going to spread it any further. Now that you've heard about T-Rev, for the folks that have heard about T-Rev, if you think, yes, Mom, I said Spanish. I said Spanish. You just didn't hear me. I said Puerto Rican and Spanish. See my mom that looks like me down there? She's Spanish. My dad's Puerto Rican. I'm Spanish and Puerto Rican. Love you, Mom. Okay, so T-Rev, if you haven't heard, I'm not going to tell you, but if you think this is even a real interview at this point, I don't know. If you think it's a real interview, hit 1. If you think it's a fake interview, now that you know, hit 2. All right, let's keep going.
Me and Sebastian. I'm not really sure if it was Sebastian because we didn't communicate vocally a lot. We just like, my buddy was online, I joined the game, or he joined my game, we slaughter for a little while, and we drop line and leave. It was just something we always just met in passing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it's interesting. Were there any changes in Sebastian? Behavior?
Yeah, I played every day.
Like, was he? Did you ever notice anything with him?
No, never. He was always a little jokester and playing the game and being, hey, Uncle Taco, and loud.
That's dope, man. So he was just settled in and having fun. He was just having fun.
Yeah, always when you come visit me, man, he was having a blast. And he had so many memories. He had my daughter. Just spent a lot of time with him, and my other grandchildren. They're a little bit younger than him, but still, I'm pretty sure he'd remember everything. I remember all the times he'd come to visit. I do remember, Ben, he wouldn't get out of the house or get out of bed without putting either his galoshes on or...
I got a personal question for you. How would you describe Sebastian's personality based on your interactions with him while gaming?
A normal 15-year-old, maybe with a little bit of hypertension added in there.
Yeah,
that was just how he was. He was high-strong, and that's about it. I mean, he was respectful. Always a respectful kid.
Right, just having a...
Yes, sir, Uncle Taco. Always just a good kid, man. I've never had a bad issue with him. But
yeah, we're just having fun on that. The Call of Duty, that game's pretty fun. I play it myself, man. You got some fun on there.
It's pretty wild, man. I'm a clown anyway, so my player's Dunzo, so everybody laughs. And my call tag is nothing but, so all the kids have a blast saying my name because they're not actually cussing, but they're close to it. I think
they are.
I got a question. Uncle Taco here. Is there anything else you think would be important for us to know about Sebastian at all?
Yeah, yes. Everybody just don't give up, man. He's out there.
All right, so that's kind of at this point, I think we are looking for a body. I don't want to take the hope away, but just being in the true crime community, I have lots of doubts that we're gonna find him and bring him home. Now, I'm never gonna take away from you guys that believe that they sent him away somewhere. The parents did, but there's a lot of true crime. Sherry Papini that went and hid. She's doing jail time right now. She got 18 months and then 36 months probation for lying and hiding. So you can't really just do that and not have any repercussions. Thank you, Mom. That's my mom, Pearl Lopez. I'm very proud of my beautiful daughter. Thank you, Mama. All right. I know I don't have mom issues to the trolls. There's my mom right there. Okay. I'm going to bring Bree on. We're going to tell you real quick who the people are. This is Seth's channel. I'm not going to direct you to his channel right now, but Bree will put it in the description when she does she'll pin it or put it in the description. Bree, if you can do that when you timestamp stuff, we'll put his channel there because they don't want you like taking off and going over there right this second. All right, let me see. Bring you up. You should be up. I don't know.
Hello.
Okay, so you're online, but I don't know why. Oh, because you're not on camera. Okay. Can everybody hear Bree?
Hello.
Let me
Can
know.
everyone hear me?
All right. Let me know if everyone can hear Bree. Bree is behind the scenes. She's a mod. I guess she didn't want to be on camera, which is cool.
Not ready for the camera yet.
You're not.
Not ready for that yet.
All right. Can you go? Okay. Yes. Jeanette says she can hear you. So we're going to start playing Seth Rogers. Do you want to go ahead and just quickly, you're the one that brought me to this channel. Tell me why Seth is doing this and who those people are.
All right. So
here's the backstory.
Seth made his own channel a couple weeks ago. He started uploading a couple videos of Sebastian when he was younger. And then he kind of privatized his channel and then was doing panels and going on other creators' channels. But then he started asking for fees and started wanting money to do, an interview. Some people inquired about the prices and were kind of thinking that was a little weird. So no one was really interested. He has a team of people that he works with, as you see on the screen there. The top guy, Tony, that's his PR guy. That he actually was the PR guy for the Caleb Harris family when they were doing their searching for Caleb. Sadly, they parted ways, and so now Tony Mathis is helping, and he's working for Seth. It was originally supposed to be where Tony wanted to work for the whole family, but basically, Katie and Chris are off doing their own thing. And then you have Betty, or also known as Bullhorn Betty. She's known for protesting and raising a lot of awareness for a lot of kids that go missing and just going out there. She went down to Tennessee recently and made sure that she went around the area of where Katie and Chris's house was and noticed that there was no flyers up, no lawn signs. She went around where Chris's parents lived, where the Bowersox lived, noticed that they didn't have any signs up. So she got a bunch of flyers and signs and basically went and just peppered the area everywhere with signs to make sure that his face was everywhere and just put it all over the place, creating a little bit of drama while she was down there, and then kind of went back up to Florida. But that's kind of, she goes and spreads her awareness and everything. That's how she's kind of known online, but she's part of now the Seth Rogers team. So basically, Seth decided to do his first live stream because he's not really doing interviews with other people and going on panels unless it's someone on his team.
Real quick. The reason is, and you guys might have missed that, he is asking for money. He will not go on other channels unless somebody pays him to do so. And so now he's going on his own channel, and this is where we are. And Bree's giving us the backstory without us having a circus on the show. No circus on the show, but she's telling you guys all the circus stuff that you're watching. She's giving you the breakdown without all the drama. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
That's okay. So yeah, there's just a lot of drama, and so the fees that he was asking for, some people didn't really think that it was appropriate to pay as much as he was requesting, so he just decided, I'm going to make my own channel. So his PR guy has a TikTok channel, which is under Sebastian's Army, and then Seth decided that he would make his own YouTube channel, and he's been posting videos slowly. There's a couple, I think there's like 4 or 5 videos up on his channel. I'll post it in the description with the timestamping if you guys want to go and check out his channel. And then
Yes,
he did
please.
his first live stream last night where he just showed a bunch of pictures of Sebastian over the years and just kind of reminisced and talked about him. And you could tell he really missed him. And Seth just recently had surgery. He was ordered not to drive and he was ordered to stop doing searches because he had injured his shoulder and his back early on in searching for Sebastian. So he's just been kind of sitting on the sidelines while other people do the work for him because he had doctor's orders to kind of take a step back.
Okay, and can we? I know it's a little bit dramatic, but it's true, right? Can we talk about Tony real quick and why he's here? And
So yeah, Tony's
just
that's the whole big story. So
people are saying he's a scumbag, so we'll just bring it down to why they're saying he's a scumbag. What he did. I mean, it's what he
yeah,
did. So
so
let people know.
on TikTok, when you are on a live stream, it's kind of like here on YouTube when you invite people into your StreamYard, they're considered in your panel. Well, on TikTok, it's like they call it in your box. So you can invite a couple people on to talk. Well, he had a whole bunch of viewers on. He had some people that he was chatting with, and he knew some of them were minors. There were some 15 and 16-year-old girls. And in his background, he had a picture of Sebastian up. And I don't know what possessed him to do it, but he pulled his wiener out. And yet there was minors on there and there was thousands of people watching. And so now their image of him is completely changed because of him doing this. They think it was inappropriate because, Sebastian's name was on the title of the video. It was under Sebastian's Army's account. It was Sebastian's picture in the background, and it was supposed to be a live stream about Sebastian. And this guy pulls his private parts out with minors, and they don't know what possessed him to do that, but he's created some drama, also going and taking over the page that he had created on TikTok that was dedicated to the Caleb Harris family, and went and took over that and spread a bunch of drama on that page, which kind of hurt the Caleb Harris family. And it was right before there was the spreading of potentially found Caleb, which has not been confirmed, but it was around that time. So it kind of created a ripple effect.
Okay, so I want to address a couple people. Seth likes to dramatically overplay, exaggerate, and I'm not downing him. Maybe he's lost money. I'm sure he has. He's got all these things going on. But when you have a guy that helped the Caleb family, Caleb Harris, and then you got a guy that did that, that's when you fire him. But every single person that's on the page that you see is using Sebastian Rogers in a way to get, instead of to search for him, they're using it for their own gain, folks. We're going to play some of it, and I'm going to show you he does look like he misses his son. I'll give you that. I know in the beginning I was behind Seth until this started happening. I'm still behind him looking for his son, and I'm going to direct you to his channel after so you can actually make the decision for yourself. I'm not going to have a circus. I'm not going to make fun of him, but I am paying attention to your comments. Okay, go ahead. So do we
One other
finish up
thing that I
Tony?
would like to say is, and I noticed a lot of people are commenting about it, about Seth, dramatically overplaying and exaggerating about things. There's a lot of details that Seth seems to be letting out and telling people when he was going live early on, just going randomly on people's channels, whoever would let him on their platform, he'd go on. And he was telling a lot of details that really had nothing to do with helping find his son. So he talked about wanting to team up with Chris and Katie and work together to find and bring Sebastian home. But then, a couple days later, he'd be on a live stream, he'd be bashing them, and they were kind of going back and forth. And you think that they would work and be like a united front and try and bring this boy home, but it doesn't help when you're not working together. All three parents are not being civil and working as a cohesive unit. And so basically, Chris, he's not totally innocent. He was going on there and using voice changers and trolling some, the creators and stuff like that and doing his own thing. But as of
We're not
lately,
even getting into that. Yeah, they've been quiet since
they've just
then,
been
so we're not.
quiet. They're just, apparently there's rumors going around. There's been no posts yet on like any realtor sites, but there's been rumors that they're posting their house up for sale. They did put security cameras up around the house just in case Sebastian does come home. According to what they say, that's why the cameras are up. And basically, Chris changed his shift. So instead of working during the day, he works at night. So that's why Katie's been out with him, staying at the trailer. They just don't stay there at the house anymore. And so it's basically been Seth that's been handling everything.
All right. So I think, and Bullhorn Betty is just kind of, she's a content creator. So she's getting in the mix of it. I'm going to play some stuff. I'm going to play some of the stuff so you can see the relevance. This is not us talking. I want you to see that when Seth talks, he looks to Tony like doughy eyed, like, what do I say? Like, he's his PR person, which is weird. So all three of them, and I don't know Bullhorn Betty much. I know she's a content creator. She's causing drama. And I want you to listen for yourself and think and let me know what you think. Do you think that they're really like, I need to find my son? What do you think? I let's play it. And then Bree, you can chime in too when we pause, like, yep. Unless you have, that way they can kind of see. I want them to see what we're talking about. I'm starting at the beginning, but I'm not playing this hour and 6 minutes. I am going to go through it a little bit, but I want you to see what we're talking about. And Seth looks high as shit right here, by the way. Now, he probably is because I know he takes pills for his back. But in my opinion, I think that they've overplayed it. I think that it's kind of like Gypsy Rose, right? You kind of felt bad for her at first, but then when she just doesn't get off social media, it's like, get off social media. Somebody tell him, get off social media. All right. So that's what I feel about it. He should get off social media. All right. Let's listen for a little bit. See what you think.
We good? Who went missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee on February 26th. So Seth, good evening, first off, sir. And tell us about your channel. Tell us what the purpose is and how this came to be.
Well, I decided I was going to set up this channel because watching a lot of other people's channels about my son, people have a tendency of have gravy in the mouth, and they're not paying attention to what's coming out of their mouth. It needs to be about my son. Everybody wants to throw their 2 cents in when it's not even worth a penny. And it's just false narratives out there, false information. I figured what better than to take that away from them and put it back in control of Sebastian's family.
Well, and nobody knows the young man better than his father, correct?
Well, he knows himself better than I do, but I'm going to try to be a second close.
Perfect. So let me ask you this, big dog. I mean, the questions that we're getting rolling in by the dozens have to do with your surgery, your recovery. Talk to us a little bit about your surgery. How did that go? How you feeling? What was the experience like? That kind of thing.
Well, this hand is definitely working again. No pain. I'm great. It was like instantaneous when I was done with the surgery. I had no more pain going down into my right arm. So I'm happy about that. I haven't had to take anything except for ibuprofen and a little bit of Aleve since the surgery. So I'm good on that end. I'm tired of having to regulate medicines like my doctor was wanting me to. I'd rather not take them. Rather have my multivitamin, my fish oil, my B12, my normal.
Okay, keep in mind that he's talking about himself now. He does say that he doesn't want to talk about anything with his son. Other channels are talking not about his son, and he's tired of it. And now he's sitting there talking about himself, which we really don't care. I mean, I think they should. We care, but we don't. It's not supposed to be about him, right, Bree? I think he goes on and on for quite a while about himself. Tony and him try to act proper. Did you watch this? I watched some of it.
I've watched it, and if you notice, I read someone put a comment in there like, who hires a PR person when the child's missing? Like I always say, it's not like it's a book tour. Why do you need a PR person? You're looking for a child. It's, not a book signing. It's not a CD release or anything like that. But if you notice, Tony's very proper with addressing Seth, asking Seth questions and saying like, oh, why don't you talk about this? Why don't you talk about that? Like he's the one who, calls all the shots, and you can tell that Tony's the one that's in the lead for all of this. And then
yes. And Seth is
Bullhorn
answering
Betty
Tony's
just
questions.
sitting there for the ride. She's just sitting there looking pretty. She kind of pops in every so often asking questions and stuff, but she's just sitting there looking pretty until she gets a compliment from Seth later on, thanking him for putting posters up and stuff. But most of the stuff he's he talks about himself a lot when he's showing the pictures of
No.
Sebastian, talking about how he took the pictures of Sebastian, and just it's a lot
And
about him
and
and Sebastian.
that's what brings me to, yes, he's answering the questions, and I'm with you guys. I want you to follow his page. I don't want to come back on here and do another show until we have an update on Sebastian. And I think the update for today on Sebastian is to let you know the circus of what's going on. I wanted you to know that the body found was Trinity Bostic. I wanted you to know he's missing 132 days. I wanted you to know when the searches were, when they stopped, what's going on with Katie and Chris. You're probably going to see the house up for sale, and you're probably going to see something soon about that, and then it's going to cause a whole nother shitstorm. You're probably going to see more channels going on Seth's channel and just completely trolling it and talking crap. But we do get to see some pictures of Sebastian here in a minute. I'll go to the 11-minute mark in a little bit. I just want you to see for yourself, and then I'll push you off to his page, and I won't go back on his page unless like he has an actual update. So yeah, it's so sad. Where is Sebastian? You guys make up your mind. I mean, if you want to answer questions from Tony, the PR guy that pulled his winky out when he had young girls on there and that misled the Caleb Harris family, that's your decision. And again, I'm still not fully saying anything bad about Seth, but I think he should do it differently. And who am I? Anyway,
stuff that I take every day.
All right. He's
So
still
tell us
talking about
that
himself.
experience of waking up on the table. We talked about that a
Okay.
little
My
bit.
throat still hurts. I woke up and I had tubes and stuff shoved down my throat. I was trying to rip them out. I actually got bruises where, they had 3 people on one side of me trying to hold me down when I came out. It was not pleasant. But as soon as they got stuff pulled out of, the tubes and stuff ripped out of my throat, as soon as I was able to start breathing on my own again, I was able to calm down. I was aggravated, that's for sure. But after that, it was just getting me back to the recovery room. Then making sure my dressing was good, making sure that I could get up and walk around, stuff like that. Within 30 minutes, I was sitting there chomping at the bed trying to get out of the hospital, and they were like, "No, you got to stay here for 3 hours."
Yeah, remember, Tony's a PR person. When you're a public relations person, you're hired to make somebody look good or a brand look good or something look good. And that's what he's trying to start off doing with playing the sympathy card. Now, Seth did have a lot of people in his chat, right, Bree? Did you see when he like popping back forth? He had like 1,200 or my
Yeah, there was a lot of people in there, but when people started to realize that, like, there was other creators that were streaming his video too, because they wanted to see what was going on. They're kind of spying to see, but when they saw that it was mostly, they thought it would be about Sebastian, but everything turned around to be about Seth, and then they were kind of not really. They're like, oh, okay, I'll just catch it later, and a lot of people left and just went back and skimmed through and played it on like 1.25 speed.
right. I'm playing that now, and he's still talking really slow. So I'm gonna hope in a couple more minutes. I'm gonna fast forward it, and we're at 3.35 minutes, and he's still talking about himself. Again, PR people are to make you look good. I think they're playing the sympathy card a bit, but let's keep going. I'm gonna go a little bit farther. I know at 11 minutes we get to see adorable pictures of Sebastian. But
Christmas
let's see.
videos that I showed, I haven't even let all of those.
All right, we're gonna look at that now.
Phones back then didn't record like they do now. So, but
all right, there you go.
Wow.
These are some of the pictures I have of him.
So Sebastian,
him in his
folks.
crib with a little baby.
Take your time through these, Seth. Take your time, buddy.
Katie picked out this whole bedroom set for him. It was great. I mean, he was a bundle of joy. He wasn't even a year old at these times.
So what are we seeing up here at the top? Is that a tippy?
All right, and again, Tony's directing him to say the right things, and I wanted to bring you guys today. I wanted to bring you guys the true crime of true crime, and it is a crime to bring your winky out and to be doing things. I wouldn't be surprised if there's charges brought against one of them at some point, trying to hit on young girls or doing something nefarious. I wouldn't be surprised. But yes, Tech Bird, no drama, but real life inside. Besides Jay, Duty Wrong, Grizzly True Crime, Facts and Documents, and interviews with EchoSearch. You're right. And I saw so many people that were confused, and I saw people on my channel. As a matter of fact, I saw Melly in one of the channels this weekend that was playing this circus, and there's so many people that are following true crime that want to know about Sebastian that were so confused. And so that's why we're bringing you today what the confusion's about. Let's remember Sebastian when he does get found. I hope for everybody's sake he's alive, but I wanted you to understand what's going on. A lot of people are confused, and you guys come here for what's happening, what's really happening, not all the making fun of people and having a circus. So thank you guys for being here. This is not something I do often, but I feel like it's kind of a crime to be doing things like collecting money for or profiting off somebody that is missing or SA'd. Look at what happened with, I'm not even going to say who, but Madeline Soto. I didn't pick up the Madeline Soto case because of the money. The advocates came to me and I was new at it. So, but there's people exploiting Madeline Soto highly right now. And I feel like Sebastian Rogers is the exact same way. All right, let's watch some more pictures. Let's watch some more of what they talk about. And you guys decide if this is helpful in the search. And if you want to follow him, Bree will lead you to him.
Cup, is that what that is?
Yep, that was his car, sippy cup.
Oh, Bree, did you want to say anything in between? I'm sorry.
I was typing a comment to you.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to let you know and let the viewers know that there's a creator. Her name is Cluminati, and she has a form on her community page. If you want a free Sebastian bracelet, that is like the one that you have for Elijah Vu, I think it is.
Yeah, one that they sent to me because,
she has green and pink ones she's sending out for free. You fill out a form and she will mail it out for you free of charge. And she's also got she's taking donations. She's working with other creators where they've been putting up billboards in surrounding states around Tennessee every month, where they've been putting up his poster, and they pay for so many blips where it does it throughout the month so that his face is out there. So they're trying to keep his name out there. So if you look up Cluminati, I'll also put her information in the comments when I put the stamping in. So if you want to go and find the form on her community page, I will put the link for that so you can get a free bracelet. She sends it out free of charge. And then she's also taking money donations for the billboards to put them up everywhere all over the states.
Thank you, Bree. That's why I come to Bree for that kind of information that I cannot keep up on. So I appreciate you. We're going to call it according to Bree. When we bring her on, it's according to Bree and what she knows. She gave me the breakdown. I couldn't have told you any better than what she did. Although I can say I repeated it back to her and a third of the time, because I always cut the BS out. So, and it's not that what you're saying is BS. It's just I have a filter for BS. So let's keep going. Poor, he's so cute though.
Didn't have him on a bottle for long.
Thank you guys for being here.
When he was born, like,
thank you, Bree.
First few months of his life was like literally a blur. Child literally hit the ground crawling because he didn't walk. But I mean, he was awake on average for 18 hours a day. I mean, when he slept, it was amazing when he slept. 4 hours every once in a while here and there. Child just didn't stop. When he did stop, it was because he was asleep. He liked animals even then. His whole room was
for everybody that hasn't been quite as connected to the case. I mean, let's talk about that. His love for animals. I mean, his animal of choice was what?
Oh, his favorite? Cats.
Okay. Any specific type, color, just cats in general?
Cats. Just cats. All cats. I really wanted to I want to get him a Savannah. It's a pretty big cat, but it can also be a house cat.
Yeah, of course.
Me, I'm a fan of dogs. I don't mind cats. It just means an extra pill I have to take every day, depending on their dander supply. But he really likes cats. I haven't found an animal that he really doesn't like. I mean, he got bit in the face by a dog and had to have 7 stitches in his face, and he still wasn't scared of dogs.
Coach complete. All right, so there's
Wasn't scared of him one bit. Wasn't even scared of the dog that bit him.
Let's go a little bit more forward because I was hoping for more like, all right, there's a cute one. It's adorable. Let's remember Sebastian.
He had done something. I can't remember what he had done, but he walked up and
Now, this may be a, we can do it in memory of at some point. I do hope they find him. Yeah, talking about, hey, what's up, Coach Complete? I love you. Love Deception Detective. Thank you, mods. Petty Mason, you're a mod now. Wolfpack, Bree, Carly, and JoJo. Thank you guys. And Deception Detective says Jay is one of the few people I can listen to about this case. Thank you, Deception Detective. Now you'll be filled in on the circus that's going on without the circus. I appreciate you greatly.
Boy, he looks ornery in the picture. I'm not going to lie.
He still is ornery. I mean, he gets that from me. I mean, what can I say?
There's not a surprise member in the audience after that comment.
Probably not. I mean, I gave him all his best qualities in life. Being stubborn, pig-headed, ornery,
Jones,
focused. Not, I'd like to hope to think that his curiosity is something I've given him in life too, because he definitely likes to learn. It's got to be his way. He's got to learn his way.
All right, let's talk about now. What are we saying? Cute picture, but what are we talking about? I mean, they're just sitting there.
Still in Coleraine Oaks. It's just that you see that smile sticking. I mean, how can you tell that face no? I mean, anything that he wanted, he got.
Yeah, pictures.
You can't read too much into a picture, but a picture is worth 1,000 words, and he truly looks loved in that picture.
Here's something about that picture. If you look at his chin, you see the drool. All right, the kid drooled a lot. All right, and there's one thing that I noticed about him when he was younger is that most people, if they eat peanut butter, how it gets, no, I've watched this kid eat peanut butter, and his drool is just like anti-peanut butter. Like when he was a kid, peanut butter was just.
Yeah, you guys, I don't know why he's saying this. I listened to it for a while and I was like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, this is almost like a in memory of, it feels like. And it might be, there may be, I mean, they're finding bodies all over Tennessee right now. They may find him. What's the point? I don't understand. His chat was popping, folks. His chat was, why would the dad of a missing boy hire a YouTube PR guy? Make it make sense, Seth. Yeah, you know who says make it make sense? Annie Elise, 10 to Life, and she's fantastic. She's everywhere. Make it make sense what's happening here. But for those of you that are Seth supporters, and there are a lot of Seth supporters out there, because I saw his chat, everybody was throwing green hearts and they were sending him super, I don't know what, let me get this straight. He's not monetized, but he is taking money. Okay, and I'm not going to down anyone for that, because I take donations as well. I take super chats. I say take super stickers, because I spend my time on the channel and money buying the whatever. Okay, so I'm not downing anyone for that, but the way they're going about this is awful. And when Deception Detective says something like the only one of the channels I could listen to about it is because he knows that we're really trying to find Sebastian Rogers, and we're not going to come back on here until there's an update for you guys. Yeah, Annie Elise. All right, let's listen to more, and I'm going to go through this quick. I wanted to make it make sense to you what's happening in this case. Not one update so far.
I will take the lightsaber. So,
Seth called himself cute, by the way. He called himself cute like his son, which is interesting. I don't know what. Right,
oh boy!
Thank you for being here.
Some of these these pictures are not in chronological order. Leave my retro 80s table and chairs out of it. Boy, they like this stuff. If I remember correctly, I believe I want to say that was oatmeal. And he did not appreciate me taking a picture of him, as you can tell.
Yeah, he looks thrilled.
Oh, yeah. reminds me of when I was married. That's the look I would get when I was in trouble.
Yeah, they should go in order.
Yeah, the thing about Daddy's watch. So I gave it to him
reminiscing.
once, and needless to say, that was him showing me the last time I ever found my watch. Because after this, I never found it again.
That old dad wrapped around his finger, didn't he?
Yes, he does. He still does. I mean, yes, he did then. He does now. I mean,
And I agree. I'm going to play devil's advocate here, M-Dog, and say both parents talk about it with love and in present tense, although Katie hasn't. I think they may be a bit ignorant and going about stuff in a weird way, but I hope they find their baby. PR guy needs to go away. Well, with the PR guy, guess what? When you hire someone for PR, I didn't do that for my book, by the way, but when you hire someone for PR, they help you look good, they help it look good, and they help you with a goal to get money. So PR equals money. You pay them to help you make money. So he's doing stuff. He's advising Seth on how to make the most amount of money. And when Seth goes out in public and says, I'm not going to take interviews anymore, folks, at all, unless you pay me X amount of money. Someone said 5,000, but I'm going to do my own channel. That means he's putting in time. Right now, he's putting in the time to get monetized, which is what happens. He's going to take all these Venmos, PayPal, Cash App while he's going, and then he's going to have this channel that I hope people aren't buying into. Wait, why is he in black and white? I think he took too many painkillers and his color's gone. Anyway, do you have anything to say, Bree, while I have it paused real quick? You watch this. I don't know if there's anything here you want to.
All I can
talk
say
about.
is that it's just very slow. They take it and just kind of, like Tony said, don't rush, go through it very slowly. That's exactly what Seth does. He sits there for about a little over an hour, slowly going through explaining each picture. Like he said, they're not in chronological order. As other people pointed out, I don't understand how younger pictures are going to help find him today. It would be better if they were more recent pictures from before he disappeared. But yeah, you hit the nail on the head when you said, the PR guy is there to, basically keep Seth, looking good and making sure that he's doing his appearances properly. He's not, stepping out of line. He's following everything that's kind of written out, and just making himself appear good so that, people might want to pay him to go on their channels and he can get out there and stuff. But sadly, he said in the beginning he didn't want his son's case to end up cold. There's been tips, but they've not, led anywhere, and there's been no updates, unfortunately. So the best we can do is just, we want to keep his name and his face out there, but when there's no tips and no leads, there's
Then we
nothing really we can present.
Again, I want to say to Lanisha, Jewel, I'm on your side with Seth. I've never thought Seth was involved. So if anyone says that in chat, that we have our own opinions. I've never said that. And when you look at my channel, I've always actually stuck up for Seth, been like, hey, he's doing what he can. He's a grieving dad. But sometimes you take it too far. And when you take it too far is when you're flirting with girls underage or trying, doing all this stuff for the money and girls and fame and not actually being genuine. And we know when someone's being genuine. So anyone who thinks that is involved needs to stop. A lot of us subscribers would rather come to these channels and hear facts. Bashing the parents of a missing child's insane. Absolutely right. And that's why I'm going to send you to his channel. So I hope you come back and listen to my channel. I'm absolutely not bashing Seth. This is what's happening. So I'm telling you what's happening. People in chat, they're my crime crew, but it's not my opinion on the channel. I've always said Seth is trying to find his son. It's gone too far. So we'll direct you. Lanisha, thanks for the comment. Hope you come back here to hear real information. But this is the real information. This is what's happening, and everybody's confused. All right, let's go a little bit more forward. They're still talking about really nothing. I mean, that's cute. That must be. There's Sebastian again.
He's got piercing eyes.
Most definitely.
Without a doubt. I've watched his eyes change color many a times. You can see right here that these pretty much right now are still blue. He looks at you, he looks through you, deep into your soul. Like, really? Is that how we're going to play this game?
That's how he gets what he wants.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, see this pinky? You know you're supposed to be wrapped around it, right?
Well, we want him to come back. That's what we want. We still know exactly what they're talking about. I'm hoping for something tangible.
And as you can tell,
although we get to see some of his pictures. Why are they showing a dragon?
the body over
Likes
in
dragons?
Hendersonville, and they called me about the body that they found in Nashville.
Okay, so now we're talking about the body in Hendersonville and Nashville. So this may be Trinity Bostic. Let's listen to this. This gives us a little bit of information.
So that I didn't have to wait too long. So they're keeping me informed of certain things that are going on.
Okay, one thing you're right about Cricket Day is I really wanted to hear and see how Sebastian moved and what he looked like as a teenager. And I've never gotten to see that so far, except for a quick clip. Thank you all for being here. Hit that like on the way out. We had 270 something, and then people are leaving. I know you heard all you needed to hear. And I appreciate you guys for being here. Just you help my channel by liking it.
Good.
I do call them. I do talk to them. I can drive, though limited. I plan on going over to Sumner County on Monday, so I can have a conversation with him on Monday.
Me too.
Just so we're not ignoring the good people in the chat, are there any updates at this time that you can share with the audience or no?
I do know that there will be some searches, I believe, on the 11th. We're setting things up for a search on the 11th at Rockland Park. We're going back out there with all the rain and everything that we've been having. We're wanting to make sure that we've gone over everything. We are still handing out flyers. I'm still having flyers sent to people. If you haven't got flyers yet, my apologies. It's a slow process at times. I did run out of flyers. I will be picking more up next week, and I will be making sure that flyers get sent out to people. As for bracelets, right now, I know people want to purchase bracelets. I don't have any more bracelets. I have to make another order, so there'll be a moment until they come in.
If you don't mind, I'll talk to you about that after.
All right.
Oh, you should talk to us about it
So
now.
Seth, do we have anything else before I introduce our very special guest?
That we do not.
So, guys, we have a very good friend, special guest with us tonight, Bullhorn Betty. And Betty, welcome. I want to extend a very sincere thank you on behalf of Seth and myself for all you do for Seth and helping him find his son. That includes, but isn't limited to, the shoulder to lean on, the boots on the ground, the helping with the YouTube channel, the support in the community, the support out in the social media streets. I can't thank you enough for giving him an additional.
All right, so now Seth goes away. Tony's on here doing his PR thing, trying to make Bullhorn Betty look like a angel. If you don't know her, she starts a lot of drama in the community, which I stay away from. KJ. Yeah, I never thought Seth was involved. I still don't think Seth's involved, but I think he's running with what he can. And I think that if you're a more genuine person, it shows through. If you're just genuine to people and you treat people the way that they want to be treated and you treat everyone exactly the same, people see it and they're going to want to help you. They're going to want to give him money. They're going to want to support him. And Seth is starting to be disingenuous, folks. In the beginning, I stood behind him and I said, he might be high all the time because his back hurts and he's going a little too far. But now he's going too far, in my opinion. I'm still going to put his channel up so you guys can go directly to him for any updates. I will bring you updates when there are updates. And there were so many people that were confused, allegedly. Allegedly, for all of this, it's all alleged. I don't know these people. So, allegedly, Bullhorn Betty starts drama. Allegedly, T-Rev and GHI put out fake interviews recently. Okay. Allegedly. I don't really know.
Additional sister through this time. So without further ado, you take the floor and talk to us about your trip to Hendersonville.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
so I thought Hendersonville was enlightening. You know, I did find out some information for myself. We were able to post, you know, I posted just about half. He handed me a stack of flyers, but I posted about, I think it was about 200 of those. I think he gave me like close to 300. And so I have about 50 of those left with some bands. I'm going to be mailing those bands out. I haven't had a chance to with the new girl, but I thought it was pretty successful, you know.
All right, so I've never watched Bullhorn Betty because I tried one time. Everyone was telling me about Bullhorn Betty and T-Rev. I tried, and I couldn't listen to that because 3 hours worth of information or 3 hours worth of talking gave me like 10% information. Shailene, you don't have to be sorry. I'm absolutely with you. I don't think Seth is involved. I feel like he's an opportunist using his child to profit from. Sorry, not sorry. I think we're all on the same page, Shailene. You shouldn't be sorry. I appreciate your opinion, and I'm pretty close to what you're saying.
With a few hiccups, you know.
Sure.
So,
what did you think about the community of Hendersonville? Was it your first time there?
it was my
This
first
guy.
time there. I was a little disappointed in the
All right, we're going to listen to what she thinks of Hendersonville, folks, but that's not her house. That's like the very default, the most default of default backgrounds for like any video streaming service. So that goes to show you a little bit. Yeah, she must be an expert pianist. That goes to show you how much effort she puts into that. If you watch the channel, it's just like there's things moving and horns and blah, blah, blah. If you like it, I'm not doubting you or saying anything, but yeah, Stella, thank you. My air got fixed. We're back home. My puppy passed away. Prayers for Trace. Rest in peace. We're talking about a boy missing, and we'll let Trace, our family mascot, drive those that can't speak anymore. How about that? Okay. Yeah, that's not even a green screen. That's like stock Zoom, says Adam. And you're absolutely right. You took the words out of my mouth. That's why I love you so much.
lack of signage. I have to be lack of anything to even represent Sebastian, you know, even ribbons and bows and just something. And I was a little disappointed that I didn't see more of an. I've been in smaller communities that had larger support, you know, larger array
Or
of
not anymore.
signage throughout a county. I didn't see that here. There was nothing like that here. So I think that that was a little
Yeah,
discouraging, but you know, we posted the flyers. I hear the flyers, certain flyers have come down. So I'm hoping that people continue to put them up because what I learned going into these communities is just because, you know, we may know it on social media, the people, maybe one or two houses may know about it. But what you find out is people down the road, people that don't watch the news or are really busy, they don't know about this. You have people literally living in a community right next to you that has never heard Sebastian Rogers' name. I guarantee it because this is something I see in every single community. That's why it's so important to have the signage, to have things out there so people can see it and pay attention to it. And I feel like that was what was you know, missing. So we did what we could do to correct the issue.
All right, so Bullhorn Betty's tooting her own horn, so to speak, and saying that nobody's doing anything. There's no signs, and she went out there and put a bunch of signs. In my opinion, that's what it sounds like to me. I think each one of them on the panel has done that so far about everything. KJ, thank you for getting here. I think happened to Sebastian. There could be a couple of things that happened to Sebastian, but Katie holds the key, and everything gets vague after 10 p.m. I think there's a couple of things that could have happened. He could have never made it back to the house when after Texas Roadhouse, or something could have happened in the house, and that's why they're not tracing him come out of the house. And then Chris came home to help Katie to do something with the body. The third thing, if you absolutely think that he's out there still, or out there and he's not alive, he might have met some friends. I don't know how if he didn't have social media, but let's say he did a Trinity Bostic. Let's say he did a Trinity Bostic. He had talked to some children and he met up with them and they took his life. But here's the thing. When children do that to other children, they don't know how to cover things up and they're sloppy. So I feel like we would have found a body, we would have found clothes, we would have found discarded knives or weapons. So think about that. If somebody did that that's inexperienced, like a child or somebody that he had been talking to, people that do that have an experience usually get caught fairly quickly. Okay, Millie, thank you for sending. So Millie sent me on another topic. Millie says, "Hey Jay, and all of this in my thoughts. If my child would be missing, I could not be calm. I'd be losing my mind. He looked worried in the beginning, but now he looks casual. Doesn't have recent pics." Well, I think he's just playing on the opportunity at this point, Millie. And I don't think he had anything to do with it at all. But now he's capitalizing on it, which tends to happen. So that being said, Millie sent me a bunch of Madeline Soto pictures from her vigil or from where the memorial is. She sent me new videos, what the memorial looks like. And I have a few things that I want to talk about with Madeline Soto. So if you guys want to do Madeline Soto tomorrow, let me know in the chat. Just hit a 1 down there and I'll do a Madeline Soto either tomorrow. Well, tomorrow, it would probably be tomorrow. Let me know if you want to see that. Madeline Soto, may she rest in peace. There's plenty of things to talk about, and I have real-time, boots on the ground things to show you, theories about what happened. I heard, thank you. Everybody seems like they want to. Millie Isaac has a huge theory. I don't know if she wants to speak that out loud, but I can kind of tell you a little bit. Also, I have the roommate CM that wants to come back on. I'm going to call her right after this, because if I can get her to come on here tomorrow live with me, CM has a lot of stuff to say, and we were supposed to do that last week. So it sounds like everybody kind of wants that. Shaylin says, spoiler alert, special guest speaking like she's a forensic analyst. Not a very good one. Is crazy and pointless. Yeah, but I want you to hear. Yeah, you're right, Shaylin. I agree with you so much. You guys are on point here. And even when you don't agree with the whole chat, I still take bits of it that I agree with. Bullhorn Betty is nothing. I don't know what are her credentials, anybody? Her credentials are she's just a loud mouth. Can I say this? In my opinion, she's a loud mouth YouTuber. I don't know. What are her credentials? I don't know.
Right, right. And so you, after you did a little digging when you and I spoke, you kind of acknowledged that you knew that there was signage there at one time. You knew there was, yard signs, there was telephone pole signs.
Okay, so she's talking about all the signs for Sebastian Rogers in Hendersonville. Faith and repentance. If you want me to show you all the stuff for Madeline Soto's memorial tomorrow, how it looks now, and give you a few more theories. Strategic Eyes has done some great work lately. I can do a little collab without him. I need him for the next one, and he's working hard as a police officer. So he is going to come back on my show with me, which you guys loved. But in the meantime, I want you to see what's happening with Madeline Soto at the, that'll be tomorrow. If you want that, you hit 1. Okay, let's go. Let's listen to what's happening in Hendersonville. We'll go through a little other parts of it. I just want you to see, and then I'll direct you there. You can go look at it yourself.
There was all these things, and then they weren't there, and then you go flood the community with more signage, and then you're hearing now that here we go again. It's been taken down. I mean, just your thoughts. I mean, why is that?
I don't know who would take signs, missing person signs down for a 15-year-old boy, for any person, not just a kid, but for any person. This is something I really don't understand.
I've been kind of loudmouth. I almost whisper when I talk, but thank you, Roxy Lady. I appreciate you for calling me a loudmouth. I'm not sure that that's what a lot of other people would call me. I know I talk loud and I keep my volume up high so you guys can hear me, but I think I have a little bit more, I think I have a little more class than that, than just spouting stuff off. When I say loudmouth, I mean you're just spouting things that aren't facts. So call me a loudmouth, I'll take it. But yeah, I give you real information. So if I'm loud about the real information, bless you. All right.
Stand, because the child is missing. We need to find him. Why would anybody want to remove signs to put his face in front of people? That I will never understand. And again, this is across the I have never in my life heard people removing missing person signs or flyers before. I've just never experienced a situation like that personally.
Well,
Or ever heard of it.
the only thing I can equate that to, because I live in a small community here in Oklahoma. Every time I walk in Walmart, walk out of Walmart, you see the signs that are there in Walmart, the missing children signs. And I look at those.
I thought you were saying me.
Go ahead, buddy.
I know that I've been to places to put flyers up that I've been to before, and people in there, like, can I talk to your manager? Not to sound like Karen, but I asked upper management before I put signs in the building to make sure that I have the okay. And I've had them sit there and be like, we just took his picture down. We took the last poster down, a week ago. And it's like, well, why? And they were like, somebody came in and said that he was found. And it's like, I'm his dad. He hasn't been found. If he had been found, I sure wouldn't be out here posting pictures, and it's just, it's horrible what the links of some of these people who have no humanity left about them.
All right, so I want to stop for a second. The screwing around is insane. I disagree with some people about that Seth should be out there searching 24 hours a day. You can't search for 24 hours a day. There's only so many spots. You can get a group together and you can go search. That I disagree with. I don't fault him for being online, but keep it classy, folks. Keep it classy. Don't have guys doing that, showing their pecker to young girls. Don't. There's so many things that they do that is just in bad taste, in my opinion. So I would never say how I would do that, but I would listen to you all. If you guys tell me enough's enough on a case, like you guys don't want me covering Gypsy Rose. Nobody wants me covering Gypsy Rose. And I listened. Gypsy Rose has way too much, but I can, you guys tell me, Carly tells me the things I do wrong, and I try to fix them because your perception of me matters. It doesn't matter if you're talking crap about me or whatever, but it matters if in real taste you're telling me something of constructive criticism and how to be better. So yeah, hark at humanity. He's sitting in a chair talking shit, right? So yeah, keep it classy is all I have to say.
This is a missing child. Whether it's my child or somebody else's child, to sit there and walk in and be like, oh, they found him, you should take the sign down. Yeah, you didn't go in and take it down, but you went in and gave false information to somebody and they took the sign down. Because, of course, if they found him, why would we need signs up? But he hasn't been found, and they're spreading false information. And the fact is that it goes on in the real world as just like it does in social media. And it's really a lack of human.
Seth, I could tell when I saw Betty's face that that's the first time she had heard that too. When you get to thinking about why a good person would take down a sign, that's really the only explanation, is that they're being told that the child is found. And I got to tell you, that's a new one to me, and that's really odd. Thoughts on that, Betty?
Well, I'd like to know who would do that. It seems like somebody that has a dog in the fight. I mean, why would anybody do that? Just preemptively go up to see a sign and say, hey, he's been found and we're going to take it down. I mean,
Can I make a comment
who would do
here?
that? Like, I don't,
Yeah,
again, I
hold
don't
on.
understand
1 second.
why anybody.
Go ahead. I'm gifting 5 memberships right now, folks. I just gifted 5 memberships. I hope that the people that get the memberships are ones that really want them. All right, go ahead, Bree.
All right. So a lot of people don't realize when you go to certain places, for example, like Walmart or Target or, Staples or places like those places, even smaller stores, you get to put a sign up, they keep that sign up for so many days and then they cycle them. So they take them down and put new missing, signs up for kids that are more recently missing. They don't have the time to go and see if the kid's been found or if, they cycle through it. So if it's been up for, 60 days already, they take it down and they put up newer stuff for more recent kids because they don't know. So they're going and saying like, who would do something like that, you know, or someone's going in and reporting saying that the person's found. Well, they don't know. And sometimes when you're a worker at like Walmart or something and your boss tells you, hey, that poster's been up there for 60 days, you know, it's time to cycle them through, go put some more posters, go on the missing website for, you know, missing and exploited children, print some new posters and put them up, or from the local area, put new posters up. That's what they have to do. That's their job. Some of them have bulletin boards right when you walk in the stores that are dedicated to missing kids posters or missing people posters, and they cycle through them.
And also sometimes people, and I know it's not right, but sometimes there's places that are like corporations that won't let them, and so the people that work there can't, or they get in trouble. And then there's also people that don't want the attention. I've seen places where you ask if you can put a flyer, and the people that own the store are like, no, I don't want that attention, I don't want people to think it's a bad town or whatever. So anyway, by the way, Seth Rogers has been missing for 132 days, folks. We're here for all the people that are confused and don't want to listen to a circus and listen for months of nonsense. I brought Bree in today. According to Bree, she can tell us, and she did. So if you missed it, go back to the rewatch crew and listen to what's been happening since the last update of Sebastian. We know it's not him that was missing, or we know it wasn't him that they took the picture of, and Bree summed it up for us beautifully on what's been going on, and without making it too dramatic, giving you the real talk on what's going on with each and every one of these people and the case. So thank you, Bree. You did a beautiful job. And thank you for all the commentary and being up here with me today. I hope we get to see your face at some time. I hope you come up and we get to see you. But hey, it's okay.
Eventually, in time.
And you got to help me set up my damn stream deck, by the way. All right.
Yes,
Anyway, let's keep going. I got it, but I haven't set it up. All right.
He would not want a missing person flyer up for somebody that's missing.
Well, and I know on your show you talked a little bit, just to shift gears a little bit, you talked about some of the areas of interest. Don't want you to share anything you haven't already shared, but I know after kind of wrapping your brain around the area, making a few drives here and there, that you've got some areas that you really think are kind of hot spots. Can you discuss that?
Yeah, let's talk
I'll
about
discuss them vaguely, but obviously the three communities are Hendersonville, Gallatin, which is basically Sumner County, but there's very specific areas there. There are a couple of things over in White House that I'd like to look at, but I think we have some gaps that we just need to resolve. Oh. And I think that looking at this with a different approach may come up with something.
Right.
Right now we know that the area around Ground Zero, which is Sebastian's home, his primary home with Katie and Chris, has been thoroughly searched. At least the 5-mile radius has been searched, researched, oversearched. So that's not the place that I think we would be looking at.
All right, folks, if you're ready to drop off, don't drop off, because Fly on Your Wall 1977 says, hey, they're going to set Seth off soon. They totally baited him. And I think you're talking about this interview. I didn't watch the whole thing, but we're watching it now. Faith and Repentance, Bree has been very helpful to Jay. She has been. And that's why I asked her to come on today. I've been gone for 5 days, and you can ask her. I've been every day on true crime. I've still been keeping up with my stuff and paying attention. So, but she's helped me to recap all the crap that I don't want to get into. We tried to make it as little drama as possible. All right, let's listen and see what happens with Seth. He does look pretty high. He does say that he takes pain pills. So it looks like he looks high. No, can't fault him for that if his back's hurting, though.
Yeah, we're also having people, reaching out to autistic centers. We're getting flyers into Alaska, because people were concerned about Alaska. Although that's not going to be an area that I can search, it's still something that we can infuse with some information to see if there's any type of leads out of that area. So as far as search areas, I really think it needs to be the 3 places. I mean, he was in Hendersonville, so that should be a given. There's family in Gallatin, that should be a given. And of course, there is a route. So, that has to be looked at.
It is Tony's tube. He's the.
You made an interesting comment the other day to me when we were talking about this protocol for missing. Is it missing persons, missing children? Can you explain that?
Yes.
All right. Now, I just want you to know Tony is totally scripted. You can tell he lets them talk, and then he's got this. You can kind of tell he's reading off of something. I can tell because when I need to read, I sound different than when I'm just talking. Most of my live streams are unscripted, but you can tell when I'm reading an article. You can tell he's kind of bringing things back to his agenda, and that's what PR people do. You pay them to do that.
So it's the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. They are basically the the house that they have built into most of the statutes around the country, them being the clearinghouse for missing persons. So how it works is law enforcement has to meet the Amber Alert. So law enforcement has to meet some certain criteria, but the nonprofit that deals with it is the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. And so they put all your Amber Alerts up there and they monitor those. Well, they also do a lot more than just that. They train law enforcement. They give clear directives on how, what the proper protocol should be. It's obviously not something that is written in stone or something that is, they have to do by statute. Some people have adopted it by statute. Some states have not. And so they basically state, because you don't know the situation that's going on when there's an initial missing person, you should always, even if you feel like it's a runaway, you should always, always, always treat the area as a crime scene. We heard that there was people in the house. We've heard that there's not forensic testing. One of the protocols is you go into the house, you secure the bedroom, and you get the necessary paperwork signed up front.
I agree. Bullhorn Betty is blah, blah, blahing right now, and she's got an agenda, but I want to hear what happens next. We're pretty far into the video now. We're 48 minutes in. We've got like 12 or 15 minutes, and I'm kind of invested in listening to with you guys. We're having a good chat today. I just got back, and I appreciate all the love from you. And I appreciate when you say that my channel keeps it real, because I try to keep it as real as possible. So let's listen to let's finish this up together if we could.
By the owners, which at this point would be Katie. She was the one that was there when law enforcement got there. And that gives them the right to search that property and search that bedroom. And at that point, when they secure that paperwork, they should be immediately doing forensic testing. Not necessarily immediately if it doesn't warrant it. But we know that the DA was out there within 72 hours. We know that there was a major change in this case that took this case 180 degrees within the first 3 days. We know that law enforcement scaled back the searches and started looking at this as an investigation by day 8. So even if it wasn't done initially, at those points,
Bullhorn Betty is, I don't know what she's even talking about. She's not an investigator. If you listen to her channel, it's a ton of drama. And, a crime to remember, he was showing the baby pictures so he can get sympathy. I watched part of that chat, and in that part of that chat, it was just people throwing them hearts and sending them cash apps, etc., etc. Every time I say that, I got to say, hit that like button, and then I have that, but that's not what I'm not GHI, and I don't say I'm going to shut my channel down because you're not sending me money. The pictures were for sympathy, in my opinion. So let's keep it going.
That's when that should have been done. But within 3 months is everything I'm reading is when you should have your forensics collected. You're not getting that here. So we're learning that there may not be any forensics at all of that house yet. And I just can't imagine 5 months later, when this child put his head in a bed inside that home, and he's not there, how we don't have at least forensics for that room. There's probable cause to get forensics for that room at minimum, maybe not the whole house, but definitely that bedroom.
Seth, can you confirm or deny that's been done? Do you know?
I do know that I was there at that house every day for the first 3 days. I did not stay the night there. I drove all the way back to Clarksville and would take a different route. Every time that I left here and went there, I would take a different route because I'm looking for my son. But they had dogs in there, but I never once saw them come in with any type of forensic people.
And Betty,
the initial day, there was a bunch of people in the house, detectives, law enforcement, but I didn't see anybody, cordon offing anything to make sure nobody could go in there, dusting for fingerprints to see if there was other fingerprints.
That's another thing that's in that National Center for Missing and Exploited directive is the fingerprinting of the room. I found at the front door where they think Sebastian went out of, they didn't even fingerprint. There's just things here that I feel like, I don't want to say that the stuff is lost. I don't think it is, but they've got to get in there and get some of this stuff done. And I don't understand what is taking them so long. I can't for the life of me figure this out.
Now, Betty, would this be, for the audience, is this where the luminol comes into play and things of that nature?
Yeah, they've been using a new product called Blue Star as opposed to luminol. But either way, it's basically the same thing. They've got to
Miss Know-It-All, folks. Nobody's going to know what Blue Star is, but we all know what luminol is. If you don't know what luminol is for testing to see if there's blood, any kind of blood. If there's big spots, big stains of blood or little stains of blood, you're going to detect that. But I mean, she's just, I'm waiting for them to bait Seth. I want to see what's happening here and then see what information they really had throughout this. Stella, my favorite crime channel and chat, please don't shut down. No, I'm Stella, $5. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm not shutting down. I'm saying I don't do what other channels do. And then say, if you don't pay me money, I'm going to stop. I'm not talking today. No more talking for me if you don't pay me. No, that's not what we're here for. We're here to help victims, to keep victims in the light and do real true crime and keep it as classy as we can. Sometimes I go off script and I apologize.
spray. You've got to black out the windows. It's a noticeable process. Like they put almost like these black trash bags over the windows. They have to have it pitch black dark inside for some of this stuff to fluoresce. Some of it's faint. So the darker it is, the better they can see. And that's why they do what they do. It also helps identify, like amino black helps identify any type of latent.
Okay, blah, 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 lady. We know, but they're not looking at this as a crime. So since they're not looking at this as a crime, I don't know how much forensic testing or luminol or fingerprint. I don't know how much they did. I don't know if anyone knows the real information, but she's just spouting off stuff from other cases. This guy's up here sleeping, Tony. Either he's sleeping or he's playing with his winky back here, which we don't want to know. Seth is high as a kite, which we know why, because he's back. And she's telling us about other cases.
You know, I work in law enforcement, and I'm the type of person that
thank you.
I would take 100 inmates walking across the field, you know, looking for, you know, any type of evidence or whatnot. Whether I like them or not, they have a purpose. And while there are some of these people out here on the internet that are sitting there holding their shows, doing their clickbait, you know,
not coming on, Lollipop. You know who I'm talking about. I've seen you in chat. They shut down and they don't talk if you don't pay them money. They go into jail, so to speak. They didn't say they're not coming on. I said they're on and they'll stop talking because they go in jail. And they get really upset when you don't send them super chats and super stickers. We don't do that here because all of you don't have to have money to watch YouTube. And you don't have to have money for me to put your comment up. I'm going to put it up anyway because I want to hear what you have to say. It's relevant. He doesn't work in law enforcement. He works a jail babysitter. He can't own a gun. Oh. Let's hear what he has to say.
No, which I know they're probably going to have this right after we end this live. They're going to be all over it. They're going to be throwing as much shade as they can at me. That's fine. It's hot outside. It doesn't bother me. I mean,
but it shouldn't be that way. Is my point. You know,
my son shouldn't be missing.
That's true.
There's a lot of things in this world that are wrong. That are just wrong. Human trafficking is wrong. You know.
And I wonder why he brought up human trafficking. I was wondering that when I heard it the first time. Yeah, Belly, I noticed that you're in chat and then you're gone because they're not really telling you anything. Out of 2 hours or 3 hours, you maybe hear 10% of anything that you can retain or learn about anything.
Doing things to children are wrong. You know, people being just mean and hateful is wrong. Nobody will understand where I'm coming from. When I sit there and I am upset with his mother, and that whole family, it's because I don't see them doing anything. When I sat there and I told people to kick rocks, only I used a particular other phrase that there were memes about. I told people to F off. Because I will work with whoever I can to try to bring and find my son and bring him home. Because he's all that matters to me. If we're going to have people out here throwing shade at me, well, I don't like the way he sounds now. I don't like this. I don't like that. Well, I don't like you. But if you get your ass up from behind the fucking computer, it's put out some flyers, man.
You're at the behind
That's
the
bare
computer.
minimum. Well, you're sitting there throwing
maybe what we could do.
House. Understand that I'm not throwing rocks because I'm out there. I put out flyers. I'm literally going to go pick up more and hand out more flyers. I'm running out of supplies, not because I don't have it. It's because I have to reorder it. It means I'm going through my supplies.
Right.
All right.
And you handed me flyers and other stuff. I still have the bands. I'm going to be sending out with the flyers. I haven't had a chance to do it since I've been back, which kind of
haven't
sucks.
done
But I
it
will
yet.
be getting it out when I return here in 2 days. I'll be leaving tomorrow, and then I'll be returning here by Wednesday.
I mean, my sister sent me pictures yesterday, and and Friday. Well, that was yesterday, right? Yeah, Friday. She sent me pictures of she had to make 2 trips to the post office because she had taken a whole bunch of envelopes with bracelets, flyers, and everything. She came up here.
By the way, they're talking about the bracelets and the flyers, and KJ was just being silly, lollipop. We don't disrespect each other on the channel, and if we do, if someone does, then they get timed out for the day. Love Jay, love the crew. Been struggling lately, can't make a proper argument, but I love Bia. I love you too. We love you too, Faith and Repentance. And I'm sorry you've been struggling. We're here for you. I've been struggling for the last 4 months. Struggle with us. All right.
And I gave her some, and and she's sending them out to people. And then she turned around and she sent me another picture. She was like, I went to the post office, came back, and she had 15 more people that reached out to her for flyers. So she turned around, packed more flyers into envelopes along with bracelets, and sent them out. People are doing what they can. But just sitting behind your computer, not doing anything. Come on, can't you be better than that? I mean, every day I wake up and I just want to be better for my son.
Well, Seth, and I think the context too, it really taken out of context. That aggressive statement you made was simply you and your way trying to say that you were willing to do anything it took to help find your son. And if people didn't understand that, they could take a hike. I mean, it was a bigger context than just the 2 words, correct?
It was. There was the person that shared that made it the first thing that they shared. It was actually at the very end.
Now, Lady for Justice, just because his father doesn't act the way we do, and I said that already, we're not judging his father, but he loves his son or not. We're not judging him. We're telling you what happened with him. We told you that Tony pulled out his winky with girls underage. Seth is flirting with girls that he's out searching with, and he's using his son as leverage. So it doesn't matter that whether we would do that or not. What I'm telling you is what he did and how he's using Sebastian in a way. And I hope he hears this message so he can back up 10 steps. We're not judging him. We're telling you that he's out there flirting with young girls and taking advantage of them. All of them. Tony's doing that. Seth's doing that. And I don't know about Bullhorn Betty. She's off doing her own agenda. So Lady for Justice, yeah, definitely. I'm not trying to downplay Seth. I'm just telling you what he's doing. So be aware and follow his channel so you can go directly to the source. We'll post that in chat and pin it after this.
After dealing with everything that I had dealt with, the vigil, emotions were high, Chris showing up twice in one day at the school. And it's like, dude, you couldn't even say this the first time you showed up.
Yep.
Why do you got to show up the second time and not actually stay for the vigil? That kind of hurt. Like, you want to talk about he's your stepson, but yet you don't want to show up for the vigil, and then you want to sit there and tell me vigils are for, for remembering the dead? No, that's a memorial, dumbass.
And then not only that, but there's all types of vigils, and it was a prayer vigil. It's prayer
If
for
we
his
were
safe
more
return.
together and ask for God to enlighten us and to bring what is done in the dark to the light, and we were all there in one purpose. We were all there to ask God to bring Sebastian home, to show us where he is, to make sure that he's safe, to make sure that he's being protected by his angels. I am not there to protect him. I am asking God to protect him.
And that's what we should do. And everybody that's in the chat, why don't we put some prayer hands, some green hearts up? And
I thank everybody in chat. I thank you for coming in this live stream. My apologies that I don't have more information. And there will be a day that I start this, and I'm going to have my son standing right next to me and be like, "It's paid off because he's home."
Yeah.
And keep him out.
I think it's
such a
smart.
horrible place.
Yeah, and I think it's smart that you showing his baby photos, letting people know that, he is a child. He's a child that's loved, that, you want him to come home. People need to know that he's human. I feel like some people on social media sometimes feel, it's just it's just something on TV or something on a screen, but this really is a human being that was loved. And it's a huge loss with him out of your life right now. You're grieving a lot. You want your son here. So we need to be working together to try to find and locate him. He's somewhere.
No, by the way, I'm not going to cover anything on Stephen Stern's childhood friends because those are exclusive to GHI and they called into his show. So I don't even know if that's real or if that was faked or what. So I'm not going to cover Stephen Stern's childhood friends because I don't respect where they came from and I don't even know that they're true. I haven't seen them in the police records anywhere. So no, I'm not going to cover. I'm only going to cover what I know and what I've heard from the family, the advocates, the people in Florida that I know are accurate. So no. And the chat is moving really fast. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget to hit the like button because I don't have as many subscribers, but a lot of people they have a lot more and it's not organically. We'll put it that way.
Somewhere we gotta find him. There is nothing but find Sebastian.
Yep. Fake. I know there's fake interviews out there, folks.
So what I think we want to do, just so the audience understands, we are going to be going through all of the questions as a team. We haven't settled on the time that the show will be each week. We will work on that. We will get that out. I think, Seth, correct me if I'm wrong. We're working on having the show probably not on a weekend, but the same day and time each week. Is that correct?
It won't be the same time and day because once I go back to work, which I'm waiting, I've got doctor's appointments still. I have to be cleared by the doctor before I go back to work. But when I do go back to work, I don't have the same days off every week. My schedule is a 2-week schedule.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like if I'm off on Wednesday one week, I am not off Wednesday the following week.
So we're going to work to do a once a week type show or once every 2 weeks type situation once we figure that out, correct?
I want to keep everybody informed with any information that I'm allowed to share. I want people to get it from the horse's mouth. I don't want people getting false information from people that don't have a stake in this. I have a stake in this. This is my son.
He has the biggest stake in it because it's his son and because he has direct access to get the most amount and gain the most amount from doing things like hiring a PI guy to make him look good and all the other things that the PR guy is supposedly for. He's trying to make him get the most amount of money. PR is not for looking for people. Do you have any comments on this, Bree? We're getting close to the end of the video. It doesn't mean we're done, folks, because I am still looking at your comments. But Bree, if you're still here and you have anything you want to say about this particular video or any of this?
No, I just think that, this video for it being his first live stream, he could have did this a little different. He could have, planned it and did it a little bit better, but I mean, everyone does their own way of doing things. I did look on his channel and he does have a video on there that seems to be a small, just like slideshow that he put together, just pictures of Sebastian. And then there's a couple other videos that are like, I think a 3-part of like a Christmas concert type thing of Sebastian again when he was younger. Other than that, we've pretty much said all that needs to be said, and if there's any other updates, we'll make sure that everyone knows.
Yeah, definitely, and especially anything that we think or that's confirmed or something that's really big, we'll definitely talk about that. But we're not going to play the circus. And you watch this video. Is there anything else that they're saying that's really valid here? Should we just finish it out? You think?
It's just them continuing on talking. There's nothing really valuable towards the end of it. I wouldn't finish. I mean, if you want, you can, but it's just the same thing, them just kind of going on about things. There's nothing new that we're going to learn from the ending of it.
Yeah, and Robin, Seth, I'm gonna direct you to his channel after you say Seth did great more than Katie. I agree, and I've said from the beginning, he's doing. I'm like, man, this father is great. Like he's helping and he's looking and he's searching and he's literally breaking his back. And so I've said that from the beginning, but then when I start seeing these other characters in here and having a PR person is not for looking for your son. It's to make you look better and to get your name out there for it's public relations, and it helps you to gain like media attention. And I'm not sure that's the right person that he hired, especially doing all that stuff. So you're right. He's doing more than Katie is. Katie, in my opinion, holds the key. She holds the key to this. She saw him last. Thank you, Jojo, for gifting a membership. I can also go onto his channel and show that real quickly. We're on there. Let me listen for a second, and then I can back up, go on there, and you guys can see the slideshow. I don't know if it's even Bree. Is it old slideshow though? That's the only thing. I can let them look at it. If it's just old pictures, I'd rather.
Yeah, it's older. It's from like 2 weeks ago. He posted it, and it's pictures of him with Sebastian with music playing. So you might get demonetized and dinged for it. So I wouldn't play it unless you're going to mute it. But it's just pictures of him and Sebastian over the years. I mean, there is some newer pictures from closer to when he went missing, but it's just a lot of pictures of him and Sebastian over the years. And it's 3 minutes and 54 seconds.
Okay, well, we'll let them go over there. When we direct them, they can look themselves at what's going on. We'll play a little bit more since you guys are like in chat, fully having good conversations and agreeing to disagree with each other, which I appreciate. Sherry says, I still think he needs to get Tony out of the picture and hire somebody who can help him and Billy get down to what needs to be done. Find Sebastian. I agree, Sherry. I think it was him that came into chat when we first started the Sebastian stuff. Everybody was really interested in what was going on. There was hundreds of people, like probably 600-700 people in chat. I think we saw Seth. If it was him, we offered to get him on here, get his voice out there, get his son's information, and we offered to help be a platform. We didn't, whatever, just being kind. We never heard from him again. Now he's doing this. So I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. Yeah, I don't want to see baby pictures. Yeah, I want to see how he interacts now. None of anyone besides the family needs to see baby pictures, in my opinion. Yeah, I think we should see baby pictures when it's a memorial or something, when we're starting to remember Sebastian. I think that's appropriate. But other than that, I think it's just, I don't know what they're doing. I'm late. Hi, everyone. But yes, he's doing more than Katie. He's not hiding. And I just think of Gypsy Rose and think enough is enough. It's like you had sympathy for Gypsy Rose and now you don't because they've taken it too far. So he won't go on panel now. He'll only do it to get paid. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. A spokesperson like Tony needs schooling on how to be well, yeah, and you shouldn't be doing that to young girls. I have an autistic son. He'd be overstimulating, do all that KP with him. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff about that. Let's listen for a minute, and then we'll just direct you.
If I'm not going to fight for him, who is?
Absolutely.
I agree with that. Seth.
So what we'll do is we'll work together. Can't tell you guys in the audience how eternally grateful we are on behalf of Seth and Betty and myself. Especially Betty, you've got a huge group of your supporters in here. We can't tell those folks how much we appreciate them as well. appreciate everybody's kindness in the chat, everybody's support in the chat. And, you know, let's just remember that this is about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, 15 years old.
Yeah.
If you do have any information, 1-800-TBI-FIND. Let's keep that in mind. And, you know, let's get refocused as a group, as Sebastian's army, and let's bring this child home to his father.
Amen. Amen. And I just want to give a big shout out to all the mods out there as well.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about your mods, but okay, keep doing what you're doing, Betty. And I won't be watching your channel anytime soon. I tried, you guys. I give it that. I tried watching some other channels, and I just couldn't do it. I cannot do it. I think having guests and call-ins are for certain things, but sometimes when you have call-ins like that, and you get people just kind of on this tangent about stuff that's not about the case, I don't think that's the right thing to do. Yes, it brings more people in. And yeah, you're going to get thousands of people running through chat because they want to call in and give you this tangent that has nothing to do with the actual victim. But that's not what I want. So now the Gray Hughes interviews of the roommates, or of old roommates and old friends, I wouldn't even know how to get a hold of those people, folks. So I do have the roommate, Jen Soto's roommate. I just texted her now to see if she can come on or film this week with me. I'm going to stick to the people I know. I don't know that those people are even real. And I wouldn't know how to get a hold of them. So if somebody wants to help me get a hold of somebody that you guys think is Stephen Stearns, now we're talking about Stephen Stearns. I saw somebody in chat. If you want me to get a hold of somebody, hey, I don't even know who it is. Let me know. And I don't know if they're real or any of that. Hi, friends. Tiff Knox. Cricket Day says much respect. Tova, I wish you would have got a membership tonight. I love your channel and how you let us give our opinions and we could all get along and agree to disagree. My favorite channel. Well, thank you. It's good to be back, everybody. Thank you all for all of everything you do. Jojo, I said thank you for the super sticker. Leosa, I didn't get to say that but thank you for the super sticker. Stella, everybody, Carrie, membership, Michelle, Synth, Server, Adam, my man, CBC, and Melly, thank you for being here. I love always seeing you in the different chats. You're everywhere. We have 250 people in chat, folks, and Jojo just gifted 5 Guilty of Crime membership. So I hope that somebody can get the membership that actually wants it. Tracy Pope says, geez, how can this Tony clown be PR when he's so unlikable? I don't know how people let him roll with it. He messed up the Caleb Harris case. I hear a lot of things about Caleb Harris that I don't particularly like. I think they should have focused on what a good kid he is, the things that he did, but not some of the bad things I feel like they put out there. Love you too, Adam. I fell asleep the other night, by the way, while I was on your chat. You can see I'm darker than normal. I've been out in the sun. Yeah, you guys, are so generous. I hope everybody gets a membership that can. I'll stay on for a few more minutes so that what's up, Trina? Jay, hi there. Ooh, thank you, Lady for Justice. Gifted a Guilty of Crime membership. Thank you. I again hope somebody that really wants it gets it, because they are a good time, and I do listen to what you have to say. Especially when we do the behind the scenes, like secret lives and things like that. Yeah, we have a good time talking about true crime, and your opinion matters. It really does matter. Not the mama says, I want to know where he is. I want to know where Sebastian is too. I don't think that we're going to find him alive, but if we do, I'll say, wow, mind blown. Athena, you have a good evening as well. And thank you for all of the Stephen Stearns updates. I think tomorrow we'll show some new things at the Madeline Soto, Boots on the Ground, Madeline Soto Memorial. You can see how it looks now. Sweetie Brookahire says, Jay, another good show. Thank you, Bree. Yes, thank you, Bree. That was great. You filled everybody in without having to watch the circus. KJ, what a great show. And Bree and everyone who helps the channel. Yes. Thank you for the membership. Oh, yay. JJ Justice got a membership. Awesome. Everybody that got a membership, I'm so happy to have you here. This case baffles me. So does Summer Wells, though. Summer Wells baffles me as well. I've been thinking a lot about the Summer Wells case, folks, and I don't know if we're ever going to find her. Marcy, Sebastian Rogers is missing for 132 days as of today. Thank you to Bree for letting me know the exact amount of days. Today, we were talking about setting things straight about Seth, and I think, in my opinion, that Katie holds the key. So I've said that from day one. She was the last person to see him, and I think she knows more than she's saying. I wish we could get her in a room and talk to her, not us, but I wish the police would do an interview with her without Chris in the room, or maybe they'll split up. All the stress they're going through, maybe they'll split up and she'll tell on something. I that's what the police are always looking for. And thank you, Tova says, thank you for the membership. Thank you all for being here. They're also sad. Yeah, bring Shaylin. They're also sad. Let's bring the babies home. Maggie, thank you for the truth and calm on your show. You're welcome. And I got to thank Brie a lot. I got to thank Brie extra today because not only was she modding, but she gave you guys the real talk about what's happening without having to go through hours of people's junk. Hey, my friend, M. It's been good talking to you while I was off. Michelle, this has definitely become one of my favorite channels. Jan mods are all awesome. Well, buckle up. Tomorrow we'll do some cool things, and you get to see the real behind the scenes of Madeline Soto's memorial. We'll do some clips, I think, of one of my favorite guys, Strategic, as we're going to do a collaboration soon. I've already talked to him, and he's doing a fantastic job of covering the case. So, that being said, I hope all of you guys got your memberships. I was kind of waiting to make sure you got your memberships before I got off. Michelle says, say hi if you guys go to Duty Ron live when this is over. Him and Melanie and Ed are going over the Karen Reed. Awesome. If you guys are following Karen Reed, definitely go over to Duty Ron's channel. And yeah, Juror 13, on that note, Karen Reed filed for a dismissal of the case. So if you guys have been following Karen Reed, yeah, that she filed for a dismissal. I kind of hope that they dismiss it. I feel like they shouldn't have brought it to trial with what they had. It's an embarrassment. And even if Karen Reed is guilty or innocent, they did a terrible job. Where will there be a notification? Now, Ninjet 808, just plan on 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I don't know if you're going to get a notification. I wish I could make sure all you had notifications. Brenda Pavey, goodbye. We're going to timestamp this so you don't have to listen to all my goodbyes at the end, folks. So if that annoys you, don't worry. You can not watch the end of this. But I just wanted to make sure everybody got everything they needed. And the memberships were gifted properly. I should be dismissed. Terrible display of mercy. Yeah, agreed. Whether you agree or not. And that's okay, JoJo. That's okay. Mods, let's drop some more links. We don't not have to do it tonight, but definitely tomorrow. I think because Bree was up here and everybody was doing, I don't know what everyone was doing, but thank you, Jay, for everything you do. All information posted, let us know. You get notifications. Good. M, go hit that pool. I've been at the pool. I need some cool down. All right. You guys are ready to rock and roll. So do me a favor. There's 241 people in chat still chatting it up. Thank you for being here today. I hope you learned something. You know, Sebastian's been missing 132 days. There was no real updates. I gave you the timeline. I gave you the details. Now you're all caught up. You don't have to watch all the nonsense. Carla, last one. I agree. Jay's the best. I can listen to Jay's voice all day. Very soothing, and I love she's drama-free and truthful. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Good night, everybody. Good night, crime crew. I appreciate you all. On that note, I love each and every single one of you. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App, or Venmo, or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty of crime?